Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Before I start my video, I want to apologize for some bad spots on the audio on my last video. I actually just watched it to get ready to do a follow-up video on the case and heard a few spots where the audio seems to be screwed up. I don't know if I'm having problems with my mic or what, but I will listen to this one before posting it to try to prevent that from happening again. Okay, so today's video is about a motion that was filed Monday, March 9th in the state of Colorado by a large group of media organizations requesting that Letecia Stauch's arrest affidavit be unsealed. According to Fox 31 News, 14 print, broadcast, and digital media platforms are behind this motion, and they're requesting that they be heard on this matter at the court's earliest possible convenience. If you are not familiar with Letecia Stauch, she was the stepmom of 11-year-old Gannon Stauch, who went missing from Colorado Springs, Colorado. She was arrested last week in connection with Gannon's disappearance and presumed death. As of the filming of this video on March 11th of 2020, Gannon's body has not yet been recovered. After Letitia's arrest, the document detailing the reasons behind her arrest was sealed. Monday's motion argues that it's ordinary practice to unseal probable cause affidavits once warrants have been executed. This is according to attorney Steve Zansberg. He's the president of the Colorado Freedom of Information Coalition. The article goes on to say that the state is not opposed to the unsealing of the affidavit. Letitia's legal counsel says that she is the one opposed to it. Aw, poor thing. She must be worried that once her arrest affidavit is made public, we won't believe any of her lies anymore. Too bad that PhD level education she claims to have didn't teach her that in order to be considered credible, you have to at the very least keep your story straight. Oh, and you probably shouldn't lie about taking and passing a polygraph test that nobody else knows about, including the authorities. But hey, who am I? I don't have a PhD. So I will just be a good little American citizen, sit back, and consider her innocent until they unseal the affidavit and destroy her with the information in it. Zansberg says that because a potential trial in this case is still months away, there are multiple ways to protect Stauch's fair trial rights, and there's no basis for continued denial of the public's rights to access judicial records. The motion states, quote, while the public's right of access to court records is a qualified one, not absolute, judicial records may properly be sealed from public inspection only where findings have been made on the record that continued sealing is necessary to protect an extremely weight governmental interest and that no less restrictive alternative means exist to adequately protect that interest. Such findings have not been made, nor can they be made, with respect to the affidavit of probable cause on file in this court. Accordingly, the media petitioners respectfully seek the immediate unsealing of the affidavit of probable cause, unquote. So hopefully the court will hear and move on this motion very soon so we can find out exactly what evidence police have against her. Without Gannon's body, the burden to prove that he is in fact deceased may prove to be difficult. Even operating under that assumption, they still don't have a cause of death. I'm really curious to see what they do have. I know they said that bags of evidence were removed from the home by the crime lab, but I wonder what it could have been. I hope her arrest was not based entirely on the blood evidence found in the garage, because she already tried to explain that away, saying that Gannon cut his foot on his father's tools. Without the ability to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she's lying, the prosecution may be hard-pressed to even find a jury that will convict based on blood evidence alone, let alone on first-degree murder. Remember, the burden's on the prosecution, not on the defense. With no body, no cause of death, possibly no witnesses, and her screaming that she's innocent, this may be a tough one. And God help us if we get a jury like we had in the Kaylee Anthony case. What I would have given to be on that jury, oh my God, I would have hung it so fast their heads would have spun. I would have been the sole holdout and the reason why she was retried with a competent jury. And before you come for me with double jeopardy, that only applies if the defendant is found not guilty, not in the case of a hung jury. Okay, so they have the security camera footage provided by the neighbor that shows Gannon leaving with Letecia and her returning alone, but that's not going to be good enough. And really, the fact that Gannon is seen getting in the truck on the footage proves that he wasn't murdered in the garage. So then the blood they found could only be the result of an injury. Okay, I'm going to go before I make a case for her by accident. I've already tried and convicted her in my mind, so I think I'm okay. For them to pursue first-degree murder charges, they must have something. Don't forget, first degree requires them to prove premeditation, so they must have something solid. If I get anything on the hearing tomorrow, I'll update you, and I'll be watching for the hearing on this motion as well. I'm so glad the media are pursuing this. I think we're all ready to learn what the police think happened to Gannon. And in case you haven't seen it in the news, Gannon's dad has filed for divorce from Letecia, of course. That poor guy must be gutted. We need to pray for him. Leticia's next court appearance is scheduled for tomorrow, or I'm sorry, now, today. And this is not the hearing for the motion filed for the media, though. I'm not sure what this hearing is about, but if I can watch it, I'll be back to report on it. Thanks so much for watching. I know there are tons of YouTubers you can watch, and I really appreciate that you come spend your time with me. Because there are tons of us YouTubers, it is important for us to support each other. So I want to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber who is working hard to build her channel. Her channel name is Nuffin Edited. That's Nuffin Edited. And she gives great cooking tips, meal ideas, and she makes an awesome taco pizza. Like, I've never even heard of taco pizza until her channel. Anyway, her channel's a nice place to visit when I need a break from all this awful crap I deal with on mine. And she has an adorable accent that I just love. But I'm an accent girl. It cracks me up when I tell somebody that I love their accent and they tell me that I'm the one with the accent. I love it. So if you have a spare minute, please consider checking out her channel, liking and subscribing. It sure would help her out. And she was kind enough to shout out my channel as well. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.